In today's video, I will explain why I don't use Canva for any of my Amazon KDP books. Quick background, I have been selling on KDP since 2019, and I have actually never used Canva for my publishing workflow. Don't get me wrong, Canva is great for social media posts and quick designs, but for KDP, I need precise file control, reliable print-ready outputs, and clear commercial licensing. In this video, I will share the exact reasons I avoid Canva and the tools I use instead for both interiors and covers. Let's dive in. When you are publishing with Amazon KDP, it's crucial to pay close attention to the product licenses and terms of use of any tool you work with. Now, the first big reason I don't use Canva for KDP is about licensing and copyrights. And this is something many people overlook until it ends up with account terminations or blocked books. On Canva's own website, in the section about selling printed products, they state that your design needs to be an original creation and you can use a combination of free and pro content. But they also make it clear that some third-party print services may require you to agree that you own copyright in any design you upload to their service. If that's the case, you can't use Canva content in those designs because you don't own their copyrights. You only have a license to it. Now, KDP specifically asks you, right in the publishing rights section, to confirm that you own the copyright and hold the necessary publishing rights. That means if your design includes Canva content, you don't actually own the copyright to that part of the design, you only have a license to use it. And while Canva doesn't mention KDP by name here, I believe this applies directly to KDP. My guess? They know how popular Canva is in the KDP community, and they likely don't want to risk losing those subscribers, so they keep the topic in a gray area instead of calling it out directly. Some of you might be wondering, how does Amazon even know if the PDF file we upload was made with Canva, whether it uses free elements, pro elements, or even AI generated content? Well, let me show you. First, let's create a new design in Canva. I know many Amazon KDP beginners use Canva to make coloring pages, either with free or pro elements, or even Canva's Magic Media AI tool. From my perspective, this is still risky for KDP in terms of copyright, even if you mix free and pro contents. For example, I will try a prompt. Black and white line drawing of a dinosaur, perfect for coloring books. Canva generated 4 options, so I will pick one and download it as a PDF print file. Here's an important detail. The color profile is RGB. CMYK export is only available for Canva Pro users. Now, if you check the KDP Help Center, it says, images should be in CMYK color to ensure your cover looks good in print. All images should be sized at 100%, flattened to one layer, and placed in your document at a minimum resolution of 300 dpi. For a black and white coloring page, RGB might not cause a big problem. But if you are using color images, especially on covers, you could see color differences in prints. Anyway, let's download the file. If you right-click the PDF and check Document Properties, you will see the PDF producer is Canva. If you check the Custom tab in this window, there is a value that says Contains AI-generated content, yes. Some might think they can just delete this metadata before uploading to Amazon KDP, but I am not an expert on this. Still, it could remain hidden somewhere in the files code and flag your book as containing AI-generated content. So it's clear why you need to be very transparent with Amazon if your designs include any AI-generated content, to avoid account terminations or book blocks. Also, when you download files from Canva, even PDFs, they may include hidden metadata or internal asset IDs linking back to Canva's library. These markers can reveal if your design contains Canva's free or pro elements, even if nothing looks labeled in the file itself. That's why I completely avoid using any Canva elements in my Amazon KDP books, because Canva's own terms say you don't own the copyrights, you only have a license to use their content. Another point, AI-generated images often aren't perfect. For example, as you can see here, part of this dinosaur line drawing is missing. Sure, some tools let you ask for a recreation of just that part, but instead of rolling the dice each time, I prefer to have 100% control. Later in this video, I will show you how I do it with my preferred tool. Finally, if you download this image as a PNG on a free Canva account, the resolution is less than 300 dpi. You need a pro account for higher resolution images. Since my standard is precise file control, reliable print-ready outputs, and clear commercial licensing, I don't use Canva at all for my Amazon KDP business. Now that you know why I avoid Canva, let me share what I actually use to create my Amazon KDP interiors and covers. ADOBE Illustrator. I am going to show you some clips from my tutorial videos here on the channel, so you can see why I believe it's one of the best tools for designing KDP book covers and interiors. And they are very clear about commercial usage, even with their generative AI user guidelines. If you don't have Adobe Illustrator, don't worry. I have left a link in the description for a 7-day free trial so you can test it out and see if it's a good fit for you. With Illustrator, it's possible to create any type of low content interior. Line notebooks, square notebooks, logbooks, planners, and you have exact control over every detail of your documents. For example, let's look at how easy it is to create college ruled line paper. College ruled paper has 9/32 inch spacing between horizontal lines. If we divide 9 by 32, we get 0.28125 inches. That's the exact spacing between the lines. So, after drawing your top horizontal line, select the line and press Ctrl plus Shift plus M. This opens the Move dialog box, where you can change the position of the selected object both horizontally and vertically. Since our spacing is 0.28125 inches, we enter that number in the vertical position box. Illustrator will round it to 0.2813 in the display, but don't worry, it still calculates using the full precision in the background. If you click Preview, you can see where the line will move. And in the same window, you can both move the selected object and copy and move it at the same time. By clicking Copy, you instantly create your second line. Now to fill the page, simply select the second line and press Ctrl plus D, which reapplies the last transformation until you reach 33 lines in total. That's it, you have got a perfect college ruled sheet. I have a full tutorial on this process on my channel, so I will leave that link in the description if you want to follow along step by step. I think anyone who dedicates themselves can learn to create low content book interiors pretty quickly in Illustrator. Now I can admit, learning to draw complex illustrations or graphics might take more time. But here's the thing, with Adobe Illustrator's generative shape fill feature, you now have complete control over AI generated images. That means you can fully customize them to match your style. Perfect for book covers, coloring pages, or even children's storybooks for Amazon KDP. And the best part, it's super easy. Anyone can do it. No prior drawing experience needed. Let me show you another clip from one of my videos. As I said, you can test this new feature yourself when you grab your 7-day free trial link in the description. So let's say you start with a quick sketch, maybe a car or a dinosaur. Since I know many of you use these in your coloring books, honestly you can probably draw better than me. Once you have sketched it, scan the page, save it as a JPEG, and open it in Adobe Illustrator. Now let's turn that JPEG into high quality vector artwork. And the best part, it only takes a few clicks. I will skip ahead here since the full step-by-step tutorial is linked in the description. And there we go, our sketch is now in vector format. That means it's completely editable. Remember the dinosaur image we created in Canva earlier? Editing something like that is much easier in Illustrator. Here's how it works. First, select the shape you want to fill using the selection tool. Then go to Objects, Generative Shape Fill. Now here's where the fun begins. In the prompt field, type a description of the fill you want. For this example, I will type childlike drawing of a blue car with black wheels. Then adjust the other settings to your liking. Once you are happy, click Generate. And just like that, Illustrator gives you multiple variations. Since it's a vector illustration, you can change the colors instantly like this, or scale it up and down without losing any quality. Unlike other AI tools, where you feel like you are rolling the dice every time, here you have complete control over the final look of your image. As you can see, it's simple, powerful, and doesn't require any previous Illustrator experience. Similarly, if you use Adobe Illustrator's new AI-powered text-to-pattern feature, you can effortlessly create seamless patterns. And unlike Canva's pattern generator, you are not limited to just 20 free credits. First, to create a custom pattern, go to the toolbar, select the rectangle tool, and draw the area where you want your pattern to appear. Next, go up the window menu and select Generate Patterns. This opens a brand new panel where we can create patterns instantly. Now in the prompt field, type a short description of the pattern you want. If you are unsure what to write, you can choose a sample prompt for inspiration. Once you have fine-tuned your settings, click into the prompt box and describe the pattern clearly and specifically. For example, I will type vintage floral pattern with pastel colors. Then hit Generate. After a short loading time, Illustrator will produce 3 variations of the pattern. And just like that, you can create professional looking book covers using these designs. Again, you can find the full tutorial in the description. So I will move quickly here so we don't waste time in this video. These were just a few examples of what you can do with Adobe Illustrator as a beginner for your Amazon KDP business. As I have said, I strongly recommend using professional design tools like Adobe Illustrator to take your publishing to the next level. At the end of the day, Canva is great for social media posts and quick designs, but not for professional designed and formatted files for publishing. The 7-day free trial link is in the description. Give it a try. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you found it helpful and have questions about Adobe Illustrator, drop them in the comments and I will make more videos about it. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next one.